Video journal entry 52, December 28th, 2025. I can't believe this is the last one. I feel like today was like not how I'm coming today was like not how I expected. So I had to go to the ER earlier today because of my dad. He was like not feeling well and he had a cough. And then eventually, like the past couple of days, he was like struggling to breathe. So we had to come back. We went by the ER and come to find out that he had pneumonia and the flu. I feel like so I spent like the whole day in pretty much the ER today, or like the latter half of the day. And that was unexpected. I feel like the whole ordeal was like I had like a lot of mixed feelings about it, cause like it's like. Like my dad was like, I don't know, like it's like you have to help yourself too. Like literally, I had to force him. Me and the family like had to force him, pressure him. I had to force him to go to the ER before he would go. Like literally, I was like pulled out outside, and he was like trying not to go, and I was like, bro, we're about to go. I'm not pulling back into the house till we leave. And then even at the ER, he's like, they're giving him like medicine and stuff like that he had to take, and he doesn't want to take it because he feels uncomfortable or like with the mask and like for the medication. It's just like, bro, you're literally huffing and puffing, struggling to breathe, like, you know. And I feel like that was like something, man. Like I feel like the whole ordeal kind of sent me into a bit of a spiral, just like thinking about my life and stuff like that, and like how I'm living and just like I don't know, just anything about a lot, and like what the future life would be like. But there's that. Like I think he's feeling better. That's a scary thing about pneumonia and like pneumonia in general. It's like I don't know, like it's like you just never know how it progresses. Like he's doing good. Like when I left the hospital and whatnot, he was feeling better. So I'm just like watching out just to see how he's feeling and see how that go. But it's just like anything about life, just the overall dynamic of like familial relationships and stuff like that. It just made me like, I don't know, I just had to like have a cry just thinking about like what my life looks like and things like that, and like family dynamics, stuff like that. My brothers came to visit for the holidays. It's kind of awkward because like with my second oldest brother, because like that was like the first time I see him since we like got into it early in the year. I look back on like the timeline to see like when we got into it, and that was like February. So I'm like, dang, I really have not talked to him like that for like almost a year. That's actually kind of crazy to think about. Really, time goes by fast, man, I swear. But he came by. It was really awkward. We really didn't talk that much, but he brought his pug, my puppy nephew, which I miss a lot. I got to see him, and Gigi got to meet her little cousin. Then my oldest brother also came by. But that's how that went. Also, to speak of the hospital, I feel like it really like it was just like a reminder of like how messed up our hospital system is, because like while at the hospital literally I couldn't even help but like being worried for my dad about like how much the emergency stay is gonna be for him, you know, because like I don't like that's like a whole conversation another day with like how his insurance set up, if his insurance is set up. So like I was like in there stressed, and like it's kind of sad because it's like you're supposed to be, if you're a patient, you want to be worried about your health, but here you are worried about like what your medical bills are like, or if you're a family, you just want to be worried about somebody's health, but here you are worried about what the bills are gonna be like. I think it's like it's just really sad. And it made me think about, of course, again, like where I am in my life. Like I've said before, like I don't want to have to worry about any of these things anymore. You know, stuff like that sucks. I think I remember like I might have mentioned in like a video journal before, but like when I got into my car accident, and like I feel like the first things like my dad was thinking about was like, oh, like the car's messed up, like how much is this gonna cost, da da da, you know, and that kind of made me kind of feel away, and that's one of those things that like made me really feel again like I need to be financially free. I really need to like make a lot of money in life, because it's like it sucks having to worry about certain things when you don't have a lot of money in life, you know. I don't want to have those thoughts. Like if I have a family my own one day, which who knows, I don't even like the concept of like marriage and stuff like that and kids is just, yeah. You know, I think I've always wanted kids, but like the circumstances of like having kids and things like that is just like, you know. But I don't, if I was to have a family and kids, I I'm not about to worry about that. I refuse. Like, one of the things I've said to myself, like, people might not like it, but like, even since I was young, I was like, I'm not gonna get, when I was like early 20s, late teens, I was like, I'm not really dealing with relationships at this tax bracket. Because, like, it was a different conversation with a different name. Because it's just like, it's just too many things that I just don't want to have to deal with in my life. If it was from the results of like dating within a specific tax bracket, of having to worry about money, things like that. But man, that's how that went. I feel like just the ordeal with like my dad in the hospital and like how he reacted to like treatment, you know, is like it was another reminder for me that like you can like people's help towards you is wasted if you like don't help yourself, you know. And I feel like the whole ordeal just made me feel a type of way, feel down, because it's like scary, you know, to see your parents in the hospital. At the same time, it's like so frustrating when like they're not even actively trying to like help themselves. Like, there's that. And there's that. But I feel like that's a lesson I thought about again. Like, I think it can apply to like my general progress in life, you know. It's like I want to move forward, but I'm like, I'm not helping myself enough move forward, you know. I guess it's like a mirror that I can see before me. Like, that's what I look like if I don't help myself do things I want to do in life. But yeah, and speaking of doing things I want to do in life, I'm looking at my notes right here. I've been fishing a lot. I have been fishing a lot. Like, since I went part-time, I feel like that's what I spent a lot of my like freer days on. But I realized like maybe I'm like running away from the things I really need to be doing. So I'm gonna try to like slow down on like fishing and like reallocate that time to focus on things that like will actually progress my life forward. You know, because I got a lot. You know, how come I can go fishing for a few hours and like why not spend a few hours doing things that like will help me progress my life? And it's just, I hate that. Why is it so hard to do the things that you want to do and things that you need to do for yourself? You know, why is it so hard? But that's where I'm at this week. Another thing, something that I almost forgot. I want to make sure I got everything. I'm like going out of order. I recently saw a video like a little bit right before I came down here. It was an 18-year-old video about learned helplessness, and I was like, do I have learned helplessness? Have my past failures made me like not want to move forward? And even if so, how do you move past learned helplessness? Like, how do you push past it and move forward away from those failures and disregard those failures and keep moving forward? I feel like it was just the right thing that I need to see, because I never thought of myself as somebody who was like who has learned helplessness. But you know, I think it was like interesting that the video was like, I love seeing how teachers teach. I love when teachers teach through like practicality, you know, and give like real examples for people to really ingest information. It was like really simple to understand, you know, but it made me think. But man, I didn't expect like my last video journal to be like this, and my week to be like this. I feel like I've been kind of mood-wise, I've been kind of tinkering, and I feel like I kind of just like, I'm like super low mood-wise. I feel like maybe I was like above for a while, then I got to middle ground, and maybe a little bit below middle, but I'm like really below mood-wise. I guess maybe like the new year's coming, and I can't help but to like think back on like this full year of like video journals and think to myself like, what did I do with the year? Where did the year go? What did I really accomplish? You know, I have to go back and like re-watch videos. I've rewatched some videos like here and there even before, you know, coming to the end of this video journals. But like, y'all, I watched my first video journal today, and it's like crazy to see. But it's like sad to think that like in a year's time I really did not progress much, you know. And I look at the things that I've done. Like, I don't think I've done a lot though, but I feel like I'm happy that I got like my thrifting in Japan videos done. That was like one of the bigger things. And like a lot of like my Japan videos actually, I was like, it was a different form of content for me. I'm happy I got those done. Then I think I did my siren covers. I'm happy I got those done. Even though I got the main covers done, I didn't get my siren explanations done. Like the explanation of like what the covers mean. Because it really didn't seem like people really care. So I just kind of like, I shouldn't have stopped. I should have just done them regardless. But it really didn't seem like a good use of time anyway to sit down and go over them. Maybe I'll still do them just for my own recollection and knowledge of what the story meant to me. Even though I have written text about it, but still, it might be good to like document what I thought while kind of curating that like cover list and a story that I wanted to tell from that cover list. And then I think about like what else to do this week. I guess I went camping. I got a dog. That's crazy. It's crazy because I thought so much about getting a dog. And now that I have a dog, like it's just kind of like part of everyday life. And funnily enough, I actually had an email from a breeder that I had reached out to like earlier in the year that didn't have puppies. And apparently, they have puppies now, you know? I'm like, well, it's too late for that, but it's crazy how that went by. And then I started fishing. I feel like that's really about it for this year. I went part-time, which is like, I don't know how that affects my finances. Like in the current scheme of things, I've like slashed finances in half. You know, but I looked back on my early video journals, and one of my main goals was like finances. I didn't progress with that, and now even progress. I'm gonna be probably maybe going back further. I'm slashing that in half, but that's how the year went. I'm gonna probably maybe try to do another recap as like the year begins next week, which is crazy. Like I said, I'm not gonna do weekly video journals. I'm gonna do monthly video journals or maybe quarterly. And I'm thinking about like what I'm gonna be posting. I feel like posting these video journals has been like the fillers on my page right now, like videos that I posted. Like if I didn't have my video journals, I'm wondering like how many videos would I have had up? Maybe like 10. Maybe like 10 videos if I did post my weekly video journal entries. But I'm thinking about what I'll be posting as the new year comes by. But that's about it for me. I'm gonna clear up some space on my hard drive. Hard drives are expensive. I messed in that last week, but I'll clear up some space and start creating and see what I create next year. I can't believe it. The whole year went by. It really does not feel like a year went by. This year flew by. But that's it for me this week. I can still say see me next week because I think I want to make another video to like really recap and think about what I've thought about this year. But that's it for me. Signing off for the year. For me, Nicole. See me next week. Bye.